signs that you could be dealing with a narcissist. I'm Elizabeth Shaw. Welcome to the channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you more understanding of those you might be dealing with in your life, or those you have been dealing with in your life, how to handle those people that you cannot go no contact with, and most importantly, how to recover from narcissistic abuse. This video is 9 signs of narcissism. As the word narcissist becomes more well known, it seems to be getting thrown around a lot more. People end up questioning if they are the narcissist, or their parents, partner or boss is the narcissist. Everyone's ex seems to be a narcissistic person, and while in a lot of cases this can be true, in others it's not. Some exes might come close, as most people have a trait or two of the disorder. However, it is a personality disorder. If they haven't got at least 5 of the 9 traits, just because someone cheats a lot doesn't mean they are a narcissist. Someone who is confident doesn't make them a narcissist. Someone who takes selfies, that doesn't make them a narcissist. A parent who asks their child where they are going or gives them a curfew doesn't make them a narcissist. They need to have at least 5 of the 9 characteristics to have the disorder. Also, some people are just negative or toxic. If you turn to Google to try and understand someone's behaviour, if you're full of self-doubt and second-guessing yourself, although we cannot diagnose, most likely you are dealing with a narcissist. If you're Googling someone's behaviour, then something isn't right there. And if the behaviour of the person you are Googling is or isn't a narcissist, if they are toxic, and you're trying to work out their behaviour, then it could be time to walk away. You're allowed to love yourself. This is the primary key to your inner happiness. And we should all love ourselves first, which can be extremely hard to learn. Most people don't love themselves. There's hurt people who go around helping people. And then there are narcissistic people who deep down don't actually love themselves. They are hurt, insecure individuals who fill their needs and make themselves feel better by sucking the life out of those around them, destroying people, not realising this continued pattern of behaviour isn't a nice way to live for themselves or those around them. Most people have suffered some form of trauma within their lives, although we are never responsible for our trauma and not responsible for someone else's behaviour. However, we are responsible for our own recovery. The narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum, and there is those on the high end that are incredibly toxic and dangerous. Those on the lower end that you might be able to manage your time around them, and those in between. Not all narcissistic people cheat. All do lie. Some manipulative people are not actually narcissists, as long as they don't go around destroying others to succeed. Some successful people are not narcissists, as long as they don't go around exploiting others to be successful. There are many types of narcissists out there, and once you open up to others, you'll notice just how similar the stories are and the treatment of others is. A narcissist is a con artist, and they will sell you a dream and deliver you a living nightmare. Here are some of the more common signs of how narcissists behave if you think you have or you are dealing with one. They have no respect. As part of their disorder is a sense of entitlement. So it's one of their traits. They believe they have a right to do anything and everything they want. They have that what's yours is mine and what's mine is my own attitude. They don't believe that the rules apply to them. To a narcissist, though, those rules apply to those around them. They believe they are above all others, and some will manipulate authorities and courts as they think they're special. They believe they're allowed to do as they please, and all others should bow down to them. They control others. Another trait of the disorder is arrogance and dominance. They are proud of who they are. Some will be obvious in showing it, and the grandiose narcissist, and some will hide it away, the vulnerable or victim narcissist. Or they can use both. They can cross over in between the two. They have controlling behaviour, and controlling behaviour can be a sign in general. You can also have people who are perfectionists, so come across as controlling. They'll not be manipulative with it. Or people who are highly insecure and they are not narcissistic. They just need extra certainty within their lives to feel safe. A person on the narcissistic personality disorder spectrum will try to control everything and everyone, from how others see them to how others see you, to the way they act, controlling any given situation. And they will use tactics like intimidating behaviour, threatening behaviour, pity plays, silent treatments. They can just be vindictive and nasty and rude. They don't care for what impact their behaviour has on others, only that they have control. They take the power of controlling behaviour to extremes. Overts can be very direct. The grandiose classic narcissist can be very direct, and coverts, the vulnerable victim narcissist, can be more subtle. Remember, you cannot control how they act or what they do. You can control how you deal with it and how you respond. The best response is no response. The best action is no contact with most narcissists. This is not always possible, so limited contact or communication, and keep your focus on you and your life. Manipulation, another trait of the disorder, is they exploit people. Whatever they do is only to ever meet a need of their own. They seem to be the masters of manipulation, especially when we are unaware of what they are, what games they are playing, or what they are capable of. They are highly skilled at turning any disagreement into a massive argument, even just turning a conversation into an argument, taking conversations off the original topic, making others blame themselves for the narcissist's bad behaviour. They gaslight others into self-doubt and self-blame. They can be extremely convincing and charming. Anyone who goes against them will often find themselves in the midst of a mass smear campaign and being outcast as people take the narcissist side. They control others and make decisions for others through guilt, through fear, and through blame to meet a need of their own. Knowing your own reality, writing key things down, letting go of those who don't support you. Being alone and being lonely are two very different things. You can be with a narcissistic person and feel so alone, and you can be on your own and no longer feel lonely. They know it all. Another trait of the disorder is the grandiose. If they show it or not, they believe they are superior to all others. They think they already know everything and it's their way and their way only. They are not interested in others' perspectives, points of view or opinions, as they believe within themselves that they already know everything, they are right, and anything that you say that goes against them is taken down as criticism and used as evidence against you to blame you for problems within their own lives. They are never accountable. They will never be wrong, and if they are, it will always be someone else's fault. They will always find someone else to blame for anything that's wrong within their lives or any mistakes they have made. Everyone makes mistakes and gets things wrong. We are human. It's how we learn. Even from the basics of learning how to walk, learning how to eat, learning how to talk as a young child, a young baby. It's rare for any child to just open their mouth and talk perfect straight away. And even as adults, we all talk differently. Most people will try and keep going until they achieve something. Most people lose this through natural process though. If they don't get something right the first time, they start to fear making that mistake, and it can stop them from doing things that they would be really successful at if they just kept going. Narcissistic people fear being seen as anything other than perfect. The fear of failure or making mistakes, and the fear of judgment from others. No one likes being pulled up on what they've done wrong, so most people avoid doing wrong things or hurtful things in the first place. But if they do, they'll own up to it and admit fault and try and make amends within the situation. There is no wrong way or right way to live our lives. So long as our intentions are good, there is only our way. However, with a narcissist, they will never admit to being wrong. They will not accept responsibility unless it meets a need of their own. So it's the false apologies of, I'm sorry, you. They'll never be sorry for anything they did. It's always, I'm sorry, you. Then they will downplay something they've done or shift the blame onto others. They project all their faults onto others as they never look at themselves or the issues that they cause. To them, nothing is their fault. They don't learn from mistakes of their own actions, and instead they just hit repeat time and time again. They react exceptionally badly if challenged or questioned, which most people can do at times. Narcissistic people react badly all the time when they have been exposed for wrongdoing, or even if they feel criticism in any way, even if that criticism wasn't meant in a negative way. They react badly by, they will either fight, they will temper tantrum, they will raise their voices, they will deny, they will blame shift, they will guilt trip, they will pity play, they will make excuses, or they will take flight, walk straight out of the door, give you the silent treatment, or stomp off sulking. A false mask. Another trait of the disorder is jealousy and envy. They are never truly happy and always want more. Some say they have a false mask, one face to cover the other face. In my opinion, they are who they are. That false mask is who they are. They have both faces. The admiration face at the beginning, which is them, as it's all manipulation and lies. They play nice to meet a need of their own, or to let you know you owe them something further down the line. They are not helpful or kind because they care. They do this to use and manipulate people. Then the envy face, when things don't go their way, where they seek to break people down or destroy those who've escaped them. Some are too lazy to seek revenge. Most, however, will go for the smear campaign. When they cannot control you, they will try to control how other people see you. Good people can wear a mask in public for fear of being misunderstood or disliked. Good people often use the people-pleasing mask and try to fit in and conform. That's part of who they are. It's not to manipulate, it's to fit in. Whatever face the narcissist has on is all about manipulation and getting their own needs met. They idolise, devalue, discard and hoover. And this can be in any relationship with any narcissist. A parent, a boss, a partner, a friend can shower you with attention. Then they can invalidate you and take you down. Then they can discard you. And then they come back when they need something from you. This again goes into their two faces, and another trait is a lack in empathy. They cannot truly feel what others do or put themselves what others do feel or put themselves in other people's shoes. While they want to win you over, they will do all they can to be admired by you. If they feel like control is slipping, they'll devalue you until you give in and do exactly what they want at that moment. This changes from moment to moment, day to day, week to week, and they discard when they believe you're no longer meeting all their needs. When they feel envious, they will try to destroy people, and if they see you've got something they want, they will come back for the hoover. The word salad. They can rationalise anything, as another trait is a belief they are special. They believe all others are inferior to them, and they will do their utmost to convince others that the narcissist, they themselves, are correct, distorting others' reality. They use pathological lying and manipulation, from gaslighting, provoking and blame shifting. A narcissist will try to get others to doubt themselves, telling other people that they're insecure or that never happened, gaslighting people. Some will admit fault, but will find a way for it to be someone else's fault or to be your fault. Things like, oh, my friend did it, or again, I'm sorry that you. They do it in such a way that people often believe that it is their fault. We are the ones left with the self-doubt. Anything that doesn't feel right to you most often isn't. Trust your instincts, trust within yourself. The constant lies or exaggeration as part of their disorder is they are preoccupied with power and success. Those who are successful will brag. Those who are not will blame. There are the different types of narcissistic people. The classic narcissist, who are usually successful and boast, exaggerate at just how incredible they are, as those around them will often agree they can get away with this. Then the vulnerable, covert narcissist, those not as successful, that will blame life and others for mistreating them. How life is so unfair and how others always get everything, and just how badly they've been treated. And those in between that will do both. Those who work hard and are successful want praise. Those who are lazy want pity. In the narcissist reality, they are the hero or the victim, yet they are never the villain. They lie about things they've achieved or exaggerate things they've achieved. They lie about exes. They lie about lies. They lie about family. They lie about mistakes. They lie to cover up their lies. In fact, they lie so much, most of them believe their own lies. Now, good people can have bad things happen and fall down. Good people can get caught up in a white lie, yet they will not lie about everything, and they will often feel guilty and at some point come clean. They are destructive. They will ruin a special occasion, as another trait of the disorder is they require excessive attention. They need to be admired by all others through love or through fear. Anything that isn't about them, they will pull out all the stops to ruin, from birthdays to Christmases, weddings to funeral. If it's their birthday, they'll find a way that you didn't get them something or you didn't do something right. Someone else, they'll find a way to ruin someone else's birthday. They will provoke to get people in a bad mood. They will bring up things that happened years ago, bring the attention onto them for someone they've lost at a funeral, and offer little to no sympathy or support to the person who's going through it in that time. They don't do it for a two-way conversation. They do it to bring the focus onto them. They pull out all the stops to show you. They can pull out all the stops to show you they care at the beginning, yet once hooked, this will stop. They have extremely low to no empathy, and they do not care for how other people feel. They don't want to support people. Drama. As a narcissist likes attention, a trait of the disorder is that require excessive attention, and they don't mind how they get that attention. Where they go, drama follows. They don't mind positive or negative attention so long as it's attention. And they don't mind leaving a wake of destruction behind them. Whatever they are doing, drama seems to follow as they exploit others. The narcissist might be gossiping and smearing people's names, and they always seem to be holding a grudge against someone, how someone has wronged them. They are often playing people off against each other with triangulation, provoking people, causing others to argue, lying, cheating, always seeking some form of drama. Narcissistic people have high levels of mood swings. They can have intense highs and intense lows. And healthy people can have mood swings. Life gets hard. Situations happen. Environmental factors like the narcissist you are dealing with can cause you massive highs and lows. Yet most people feel pain and try to avoid it. Narcissistic people thrive from drama and negativity in those around them to make themselves feel better. Those around them end up walking on eggshells to avoid the negativity and the drama, trying to please the narcissist and trying not to set them off, as a narcissist doesn't know what they truly want. They are a ticking time bomb that can go off without you even knowing what happened, without you doing a thing. The narcissist is stuck with a disorder. They are not interested in changing as they don't see fault within themselves. They will continue this pattern throughout their lives, often getting worse with age. It did not start with you and it will not end with you. Whatever they do to you, it is not about you. It is about their internal struggles. It is about them. They want you to believe you are the problem, to change who you are and help them. Most will straight out say to us, it's not about you, because they believe it's all about them and getting their needs met. They do not have the empathy to care for others. And it's a bit like when we get on that aeroplane. We are told in a case of an emergency to put the oxygen masks on ourselves first. And this is because they know most people will try and help their parents, their friend, their children first. And in a situation like that, we need calm and order. We need to be at our personal best to give our personal best. And in a situation like that, yes, a narcissistic person would put the oxygen mask on themselves first. Then they would get up and look for the nearest exit to safely get off that plane and survive. Whereas other people would try and put the oxygen mask on somebody else first, which then they'll be struggling. And if you put the oxygen mask on the narcissist, you'll notice that you'll put it on the narcissist and then they'll be gone. Whereas if you put it on a good person, if you help someone else get it on themselves first, they would then try and help you. Now, in an emergency situation like that, you need to put it on yourself first and then help other people. We have to be at our best so that we can give our best to others. Narcissistic people only care for themselves. You cannot help them. You can help them, but they will only ever destroy you. You can help yourself by walking free. It is about you. With good intentions, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life, but you need to walk away from negative, toxic people. It's about your happiness, your choice to help others, to help good people. They choose to destroy others. Whoever the narcissist is or was in your life, learn your own reality and your own truths. You do not need negative, toxic people who bring you down. Life is hard enough. Surround yourself with positive, supportive, uplifting people. And with current situations in the world happening that's going off around us, it can trigger adrenal fatigue, it can trigger anxiety, it can trigger all sorts of negative emotions. We can snap easier at people who aren't listening to advice given by the governments to save lives. Emotions are running on a high. I find when you can see people doing things that realistically they shouldn't be doing right now, they might not be taking the virus seriously enough, is count to 10 and then think of something else. The thing is, when situations are happening around us, we cannot control the situations that are happening around us. We can control the meaning we give to those situations. So when we take offence to people not listening, that makes us feel bad. They're not bothered. They're happy doing what they want to do. It makes us feel bad. And I'm all for consequences. I'm all for people don't like being told what to do, but I'm all for especially in this, listening to the advice given. Everyone has got a different opinion. Everyone's got a different perspective. We are not here to change other people's perspectives. We are here to discover our own, discover what works for us. So when it comes to the situations that's happening at the moment, we have to give the meaning that helps us. We can give things a meaning that makes us agitated, makes us angry, makes us upset, brings us down. And yes, things are going to happen. We are going to hear things where we need to grieve. We need to process things. We need to process our emotions. But it is all in the state of the mind. So when we can shift our thoughts, shift our focus onto positive things, onto opportunities, getting creative, finding the things that lifts our spirit, finding the things that make us laugh. Coronavirus is not a laughable situation. It is serious. But if you can find the things that make you laugh, it will make the day-to-day life and getting through this situation a lot easier. Find the people you can help. Walk away from the people you cannot help. I shall add in the description where you can find me on other social media platforms. I shall add the online courses available and a video on cognitive dissonance, what narcissistic abuse does to you, a video on the two faces of a narcissist, a video on their lack of empathy, a video on manipulation techniques, and a video on a narcissist jealousy and envy to give you more understanding of the disorder. Because when we can see the games they play, when it's difficult, when you're living in it and you can't see the manipulation, you get gaslighted into becoming who you're not and doing things you wouldn't ordinarily do. Yet once you step away from it, your mind becomes clearer. Once you learn who they are and what they do, you can spot a narcissist from a mile away and you can live a much happier life. Any advice you have for anybody, please add that into the comments, as you never know who's reading it or who it might help. Anything you've got any questions about, please also add into the comments and I will do my best to do a video about it. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.